Hey y'all. So I'm back for Love During Lockup. This is season 4, episode 26, Where There's Smoke. Let me just say, I am heavily disappointed that we didn't get no Ty and Heidi and possibly Boston this episode, knowing that's the reason why we watch. So, anyway, though, don't worry, they give us enough fuck shit to work with, I guess. So, Justine and Michael. Justine. So she goes to have her wedding ceremony in this goddamn jail. Cameras weren't allowed in the jail. We're shocked. Okay. She does the bouquet toss outside the jail to his mother. Okay. So she's describing the wedding, and she was like, he was in a burgundy jumpsuit. He was crying. I was crying. I was like, what? At the fact that y'all getting married in prison? Shit, you ought to be crying for being so goddamn stupid. So anyway, she's asking him how it feels to be her husband over the speakerphone in her confessional. I said, if you don't get the fuck out of here with this foolishness, like when you see this playback on television, do you feel stupid? Because if they watch this back on television and they feel stupid, then I'll feel better because that means that at least you have some sense about yourself. But I have a feeling she probably sits with, that dumb shit. Anyway, they come back from the jail, okay? And Michael's family and her family, both sides, they're throwing her a party. She was walking around in this candy stripe, like bra thing and shorts, and then like a kind of like a cover up, but it was open. And it's not that I thought those were bad pajamas, because pajamas can be anything, but I just felt like that was very revealing to be around your children with cameras and other cameramen in the house and in front of his kids. I just thought that was weird. I thought it was a bad example. I just didn't like it. Anyway, and she was walking around in front of everybody like it was no big deal. So then she sets up a goddamn video call. I was like, yo, this is too much shit. Like, this is just, it just looked dumb to me. She just looked like a dumb 12-year-old who finally got their first phone. Anyway, she sets a video call. He tells the kids he's coming home in 9 weeks. He apologized to his sister. Honestly, she does seem really hurt, and she feels left out. And I think anybody would. If their brother or sister had been locked up in a prison, then they decide to get married, not tell her, and then tell her she's not invited. That's some bullshit. That sounds bad just coming out of my mouth. So then she says she's going to have her first dance via phone. This is what the fuck I'm talking about. Bitch, you couldn't have waited 9 weeks for this motherfucker to get out of prison. Both of y'all stupid. You up here, oh, I'm dancing to his rap song. It's just me and him. What the fuck? Why she got her cell phone? This shit. Oh my God. I just really wish somebody would smack the fuck out of Justine. Namely, her mother. But don't nobody seem to be able to get through to her. Anyway, it was his song playing clearly. It was clear to me at least that his kids are half white. Seeing how they couldn't find the beat and were clapping through a rap song. Like what the fuck? Have you never heard a beat? Anyway, so he decides he's gonna send Juju a gift. He sends her a luxury car. A brand new luxury car. The mom is wondering how he got it. So am I. Because I think that is a very expensive gift for a man to buy and have sent to Justine's home, and he's in prison and hasn't worked for years. And considering the fact that he's a rapper that we don't know, this is dirty money. That's the best. That's the best I can do. And then she basically says, "Oh, I don't know where he's getting it from, but I don't ask for it. I would be with him if he didn't have any money." Then goddamn it, that's a problem. You ought to bring something to the goddamn table. That is something my great uncle taught me, and I ain't gonna forget it. Anyway, then they start cutting this goddamn cake all via the phone. Next thing you know, this is some silly shit, like some 16-year-old shit. Like, you couldn't get off the phone. This is before FaceTime. But you can't get off the phone. You're just like, oh, I want to be on the phone with you. Stupid shit. You hearing each other breathe. So she has a stripper pole in her home, in her bedroom, but in the same home where her fucking kids live. I am sorry, as a mother, as a woman, I'm gonna need you to be more responsible with that shit. And once it's on TV, it's out there. And once it's out there, your kids still have to go to school with that shit. Like, am I the only one that's alarmed by this? Anyway, Chelsea and Mikey. Chelsea picks up with her friend Beth. Her friend Beth is calling the prison just like Chelsea's father did. They're saying no, he's not sick. They looked it up online, so on and so forth. Um, but the person at the prison says, but you can call the mother. That's the primary contact person. That's the only person that would have the information. I can't release anything to you. They call the mother. You know, Chelsea has hearing issues. Beth is basically asking a bunch of questions on her behalf. And the mother starts to go on about HIPAA rules and laws, and she needs to get a lawyer because she doesn't think he's receiving the proper medical attention. Honestly, I don't know if the mother's lying and she's all a part of Mikey's kind of scheme to kind of get rid of Chelsea. I don't know. But Chelsea decides she's going to go to Kentucky, meet his mother, and go to see the lawyer. Her father thinks this is a terrible idea. He shows up at the house to tell her it's a terrible idea. Um, she finally gets an email from Mikey, and basically the best friend and her father really are worried that she's gonna get catfish. They know she's easily taken advantage of, that she should go with someone, and she's not willing to do that. And she talks about, I mean, the reason why her father is acting the way he's acting is because he's concerned, because she came out of an abusive relationship. She finally tells us about the background of that. She said her ex took a toll on her and her father's relationship for a long time. She said he was abusive. He went to jail. He broke in a deaf club and stole the money for drugs, and eventually he took his own life. I mean, that was a lot. I mean, and that's why her friends are so worried about it. But Chelsea, you got to get it together. Emily and Dari, this was some dumb shit. Why is Emily on this show? Like, she acts like she's tough, that want anything to do with Dari, but then she's taking his calls and she has the power over his fucking stimulus money. Bitch, anyway. So her white friend was like, do I need to put my sneakers on and take off my earrings? I was like, bitch, what? Like, it kills me how white people will steal and borrow everything from black culture and all our rhetoric and slang, and then the next thing they turn around and they still judge a black woman for acting like that. Miss me with the bullshit. So Emily's like, I'm eating Smoke at the park. That's some dumb shit. The fact that Smoke is mic'd up is already just whack. He needs to thank Emily for putting him on this show, put some extra $10 in his pocket. But see, he too ungrateful for that. I said, what kind of handoff is this? He wouldn't even shake her hand. He was like, I don't want to shake your hand. That, something about that just flagged bitch shit. He was just giving real bitch made. Now, the fact that he seems so affected by the fact that Emily and Dari have fights and this, that, and the other, it just seems weird to me. He's not his brother. He was his cellmate. He seems weirdly attached to Dari's emotional life and his relationships with the opposite sex. So he said, well, I want to know what your intentions are after he gets out of prison. And I was thinking to myself, motherfucker, why are you so invested in that? If you don't like her, you don't like her. I don't know no real serious men that do that. Mm-mm. So she was like, well, I hope whatever my intentions are different than yours. And I feel like Emily peeped it. Like, Smoke, we see you. Because honestly, you giving me like, we engaged in some gay activity up in prison. And now that I'm out of prison, I'm just trying to appear hard because I think that's what people want. And I'm not being honest with myself. And I'm taking it out on a girl like Emily because I really am in love with Dari. Yeah. Anyway, she gives him $200. She shows up at this dive bar, tells her friends. Her friends are basically saying, I know you're trying to act tough, but if you think any of this is going to get better after he gets out, it's only going to get worse. Emily, listen. Next, Melissa. Melissa! Girl, why are you so goddamn stupid? I mean, she's really dumb. She's really fucking dumb. And everybody around her, it's not her family because her sisters have told her. So Melissa decides she's going to go and meet Louis' mother without him. But this is the first time she's meeting her. That doesn't seem weird to you? I'd be scared to go to somebody's house like that. Not Melissa's dumbass. She driving around Georgia wasting gas. Let me tell you something. The way Georgia and the Atlanta area works, it's not like when in New York you can get on the subway, get somewhere in 20 minutes, and you halfway across, from Manhattan to Brooklyn. Like, it don't work like that there. Anyway, Melissa's doing the most because that's what she does. The mother's already mic'd up, so I'm like, here we go with the bullshit. So she is showing her around the house, and Melissa's like, can I take a selfie on his bed? I was like, you dumb broad bitch. That was some. I said, this bitch has no fucking class. All right. They asked his mother, I guess, I'm assuming this is the question they asked her, what she thought about her. And she was like, she's pretty, but she's late. So then she sat her down and asked her why was she late. So the mother got her together about driving to his job, and she was like, you're putting him in jeopardy. I want him to come home. True. But Melissa's a goddamn dummy. She ain't gonna hear shit you say. I mean, honestly, it seems like his mother's very tough and direct and clear. And I hate to make a statement like this. But it's a question. That if she was this tough and this clear and this loving with her son, why did he end up in such a bad bind? Doesn't it seem like he would have more discipline? That he wouldn't get caught up? And I know shit happens, but that does seem, I don't know. Something's not right there. The mother looks mean and crazy, honestly, but Melissa's dumb. Then the mom brings up, well, I think he's going to be a yoga instructor. He's been working with this lady named Ruta or something like that. I can't remember her name, and they didn't spell it out. Because Ruta has been a person who volunteered at the prison, and Louis happens to think this is a good way to make money. Honestly, those kind of like jobs, a lot of people are into yoga, but they're kind of non-traditional. It may not be a bad way to start making money, legitimately. She's like, it's the first time I ever heard that. Like, is she pretty? Like, what's the relationship? Do they hang out? I was like, oh my God, why are you 16 in the brain? The fuck? Now, here's another one, and I'm going to be done. Mark and Sincera. Mark, you gave me creep. I jack off in the train in front of somebody 3 o'clock in the morning just because I want to see what I can get away with vibes. Okay? Long before this. So he gives me the motherfucking creeps. So he's asking about, to Sincera, in a regular conversation, he goes, well, I've heard about trans inmates coming in and sleeping with girls in prison. Does that happen there? And she was so fucking thrown off. You can tell by her voice. She was like, what? No. He was like, well, I like her because she has huge testosterone levels I'm really attracted to. Mark, it's okay to be gay. It really is. It's okay. But the shit you're doing is weird and it's creepy and it's giving. I need a cover. I want a cover. I want to appear somewhere. And I feel like we're going to end up seeing you on the front page of the New York Times for something weird. And I'm. And then he starts talking about, well, if you get pregnant, you'll have less time to serve. Motherfucker, where do you live? What part of the fucking United States have you been in? Don't nobody lose time to get pregnant. If that was the case, everybody would be having fucking fake ass marriages and conjugal visits. Are you kidding me right now? This motherfucker, it's something, he off. But I'm glad, Sincera, you may have burned your grandma's house down or whatever. But girl, you got more sense than I thought. So he's talking about creepily how he knows he's not a parent, but he has helped. He knows he has at least 2 children. He's helped women get pregnant who couldn't normally get pregnant. He's glad he can help. But he also wanted to see what his kids would look like. Sir, police, come get this motherfucker. Because I'm telling you right now, he is going to harm somebody And I feel like children, uh, 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 prostitutes, like trans prostitutes, people who like not because they don't have not smart or have skills, but because of the kind of society we live in, where a lot of people have to go into sex work who are trans and who feel discriminated against and who are discriminated against. Like he seems like the kind of person who would like hurt them just because he could. Like he's like a sicko. Something's not right with him. Um, and Sincere was like, "Wow, you're a lot crazier than me." I said, "Yes, God, Sincere," to the common sense. Um, he said, "You have nothing from my perspective. You don't have anything to lose." She was like, "Huh?" She was like, "I have a lot more to lose than you think. I'm not gonna." Because he was like, "What if I hand you a vial?" All of that shit just sounded weird as fuck. And they caught this shit on camera. They should arrested him right then and there. So there needs to be a hotline for people you just suspect are out their goddamn mind. She was like, "I'm not gonna lose my business, my brave brother," and she was like, "Oh, I'll talk to you later." I was like, "That bitch ain't gonna never call you again." But apparently, in the coming episode, she'll say something to him, and hopefully that'll be the last time we ever have to see him. But y'all have a good night. If you like the content, be sure to like and subscribe. Um, yeah. All right, but I'll see y'all. I'll see y'all tomorrow for Love and Marriage Huntsville. I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.